Hello, my name is Hannah, and today we are doing the second creative sim that I've done this week. And the one that I postponed today because I didn't want to post two creative sims in a row because I feel like no one would see this video if I did that. But, that's to say that people are seeing this in the first place. I could be talking to myself. However, moving on, I built this family, or I made this family. I kind of built them, but that's like weird terms. But I made this family like really late at night because I was like getting home. I think, or I either got home from some event or like dinner or something, or I just didn't have the energy to do anything until late at night, which both happen quite regularly. But I did this late at night. I remember that. I feel like I started like 9:15 or something. And then like creative sims take like 45 minutes usually. Not very long. Well, I guess that is kind of long. Whatever. But like I spent 45 minutes on this, and most of it, just like the last one, is the first sim. I don't really know what happens there. I just kind of pick up the pace when you get to the second sim, so not really sure. But this sim is pretty fun. And so also I was entirely wrong about the last thing. The makeup on the sim is actually on this video. If you didn't see last video, this doesn't matter at all, by the way. But I was talking about how I put makeup on the last sim. I didn't. That's why I didn't see it in the like video, like the small video over here. I was in my head. I was like, oh, I can't really see, but it may have been just fast. No, I just wrong sim. I had completely forgotten which sim I had put makeup on. But that's okay. This sim actually has makeup, and the last one I don't think has any makeup, as I usually avoid makeup unless I'm like directly just doing makeup. So, that's fun right there. But I cannot remember my sims for the life of me. I can't even remember, the builds that I do half the time. But, this is a small thing because I remember the sims. I just don't remember which one of them has makeup on. But I got that now. We all good. This sim is has more like darker things, and I went for I tried to do color, and then it ended up darker than I was gonna have it be, and so I thought that was pretty cool. But then I also have a secondary sim that I literally did, but I really like the second sim's outfits. I was hating it at the when I was first doing it. I was like, I don't really feel it, but now I think that they're pretty cool. And then I did the two children, and in this video, the toddler literally gets less than 30 seconds. I think it was 17, maybe. I could be wrong though, but I literally didn't spend any time with this toddler, but the toddlers are very cute, and I really enjoy making toddlers, but I cannot be making more than one toddler because I would never be able to take screenshots. But it was pretty fun. And then the child got over twice the amount of time that the toddler got. There could be a pet in this build, or in this creative sim. It also could be in the last one. I'm not really sure. I really don't pay attention to the video when I'm doing this. But I think the pet is in this one. I also could be wrong. But, one of these has a pet, and it's really cute, and so that's pretty fun. But moving on, because I literally know nothing about these sims, on Friday I went to a football game from one of my friends. Not my football game, because I do go to a, good, percentage of football games. I think I went to one on Tuesday, I think. Yeah, and so then on Friday I went to one of my friends from cheer, from not this cheer, but past cheer, when I was a competitive cheerleader. One of my friends from then. She is a cheerleader at a different school out of town a bit, and so I went to one of her games to watch her cheer and watch the football game. But I didn't really watch the football game, one, because I couldn't see it. There was a huge student section, and it was blocking basically all of the game. But their student section was huge, and they were so hyped the entire time. It was very, very strange, because even at the varsity games that I've gone to at my school, it's not that chaotic. But I don't know, small town football games, I guess maybe just be like that. I don't know, but it was a lot. They kept spraying water anytime they made a touchdown. They would take their water bottles that they poked holes in, or I think left the cap partly open or something. I really don't know, but they would just squirt water all over everything. Not really sure what that's about. However, it was kind of fun. Also, at the first touchdown, they like released balloons, which I think is pretty cool because I don't think we're allowed to do that. I think, you know, because of the crop fields or something. I really don't know. However, we do like, I don't know, like powdered cannons, because I've seen that at several games. Just like white cannons just go off when the first touchdown happens. Not sure, but this one had balloons, so people were like selling balloons at like the door, like somewhere near the door. And then they just like let them go, and so that was pretty fun. Much more fun than the water because the balloons, you know, didn't get me wet. But I didn't get hit by the water the entire time, which is pretty good considering that there were probably 120 students that most of them were spraying water. But, you know, that's fine. There was also like a 4-5-year-old maybe around that age spraying Gatorade in front of us. Didn't get on us, but like four to five like rows in front of us. But he was like throwing it towards like the student sections. So sorry to the students that got soaked in Gatorade. But, you know, kids are very wild sometimes. But I also went down to the field for part of the game to watch her, you know, do her cheers and stuff. She's on varsity cheerleading, which is why we went to like a varsity game, because they only have 2 cheer teams, and so, you know, they've got JV and varsity instead of like all things, which is kind of strange. But I guess, you know, they have a lower school population, which is kind of strange because I thought they had more kids at the school. But they may just have less people interested in doing cheer. Not really sure. But it was a varsity game, and so it was a lot of fun. We won, I think, 44-0. I think the other team didn't make any, but we had like 8, I think. I don't know, math right there. But we had a lot of touchdowns during the entire game. And also having an announcer was kind of fun because I have never had an announcer at a game because only the varsity ones at ours do, both the JV and the varsity ones at theirs do. And so it was pretty fun, but I could not hear half the things that the dude was saying. Like, it was mostly football talk, so it's not like I would have gotten in the first place. However, the student section was so loud, so, you know, you couldn't really hear anything the entire time. Also, at the beginning, they were blasting music, so it's not like you wanted to have conversations or anything. Like, no, it'll be okay. Just talk later. But I talked with, like, their parents and, you know, my parents. And then my brother played with her little brother, and so that was fun. And I ate popcorn and Gatorade. That was pretty good because the concessions at our school are, like, fine. But we literally ran out like 24/7 when I did concessions. They seemed like very busy, but they also had like more of a professional concession setup thing. So not really sure. Like, they had actual freezers. We had a bucket of ice that we called the cooler and stuff like that. So, you know, it's fine. But it was a very fun time, and we got a couple photos. I don't have any of them, but I don't have any photos like me of or my friends, so no, you know, that's fine. But then also, this happens at like literally every sports game that I've ever gone to, but they forgot to change it over from quarter 1 to quarter 2. So, me and like the group that I was with were like talking about like how it couldn't have been quarter 1, but because it was like 7 minutes into like quarter 1, because not actually quarter 1. And then the band and then like the color guard like went down, and we're like, no, they wouldn't do that for like a quarter break. And so I was like, no, it has to be halftime, because it had also been an hour since we got there, and they were just playing football. There was no way they had been only playing the actual game for 5 minutes. Like, that's not possible. So that was a whole thing because we thought we'd only been there for a quarter. And so I was like, I am going to be here until midnight. Turns out I wasn't. We left at like 9:15. So it wasn't even that long of a game. I was expecting it to be much longer because everyone says the varsity games are so much longer. But it was actually shorter, I think, by like a little bit than our games usually are. So very strange, but also like the game the timer kept ticking down, so they just kept playing, which obviously helped, you know, it go faster. And also I was having other conversations, and I wasn't standing on a very hard field doing just cheers every like 4 minutes. So definitely has the, you know, time goes by much faster. But that's about all that happened that day, and so that was a fun Friday night, and so, walked out when it was dark and all of that stuff, so, but it is almost screenshots time, so I'm going to end the story here. But I post a video 4 days a week, so you can watch another video next time. Bye!